Well, fans, we're ready to weigh in the undercard fights. Our first fight of the evening tomorrow night features welterweight, scheduled 3 rounds. First fighter onto the scale from Houston with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Please welcome Brian Melanson. Brian Melanson weighs in at 175 pounds. And now making his way to the scale, from Albuquerque, New Mexico, with a record of 11 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, here is Isaac Valley Flag. Isaac Valley Flag weighs in at 170 pounds even. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, opening attraction, welterweight, scheduled 3 rounds, Brian Melanson and Isaac Valley Flag. And our next fight is in the catchweight division of 180 pounds. Please welcome from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, record of 5 wins and 1 loss, introducing Nashon the Rock and Roller Burrell. Nashon Burrell weighs in at 179 pounds. And his opponent, joining us from Miramar, Florida, with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss, introducing Joe Ray. Joe Ray weighs in at 180 pounds even. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a catchweight special attraction, 3 rounds scheduled. Nashon Rock and Roller Burrell versus Joe Ray. And now we move along with our lightweight attraction, once again scheduled 3 rounds, from Hollywood, California, with a record of 8 wins and 4 losses. Please welcome wrestling great Connor Hurricane Hune. Connor Hune weighs in at 155 pounds. His opponent from Sao Paulo, Brazil, with a record of 9 wins and 1 loss, introducing Magno Almeida. Magno Almeida weighs in at 155 pounds. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, lightweights in action. Connor Hune versus Magno Almeida in the lightweight division. And now moving along to our welterweight attraction. First, from Spring, Texas, with a record of 13 wins and 4 losses, please welcome Todd Maniac Moore. And the Maniac weighs in at 169 and 1/2 pounds. And now his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from Houston, Texas, by way of Brazil, please welcome, with a record of 12 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, Mike the Greek Bronzoulis. Mike the Greek Bronzoulis weighs in at an even 170 pounds. And there's our welterweight attraction, Todd Maniac Moore and Mike the Greek Bronzoulis. And we continue with our next fight, ladies and gentlemen, in the lightweight division, from Rio de Janeiro, with a record of 15 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, Jay-Z Cavalcante. Jay-Z Cavalcante weighs in at 155 pounds. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, joins us from San Jose, California, with a record of 11 wins and 3 losses. Here is Justin the Silverback Wilcox. Justin Wilcox weighs in at 156 pounds, 156. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lightweight attraction you don't want to miss. Jay-Z Cavalcante and Justin the Silverback Wilcox. Reminding you, ladies and gentlemen, we go on live on HDNet at 7 p.m. with the entire undercard of this big fight show. Starting at 9 p.m., we go live on Showtime, starting with a heavyweight attraction, introducing at this time From Tucson, Arizona, with a record of 10 wins, 1 loss, the hard-hitting Chad, the Grave Digger Griggs. Chad Griggs weighs in at 234 pounds, 234. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, joins us from Amsterdam. 29-25 is his record. Please welcome the famed Golden Glory veteran, Valentin the Python Overeem. Valentin Overeem weighs in at 234.5 pounds. 234.5 pounds for Valentin Overeem. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, a heavyweight special attraction, Chad Griggs versus Valentin Overeem. Next, ladies and gentlemen, heavyweights once again into the cage from Miami, Florida, with a record of 42 wins, 11 losses. Here is the former heavyweight world title challenger, introducing Jeff the Snowman Monson. Monson weighs in at 234 pounds. 234 for Jeff Monson. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of San Jose, California, undefeated at 7-0. Please welcome wrestling great, U.S. Olympian, the undefeated Daniel Cormier. And Daniel Cormier weighs in at 239.5 pounds. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, another heavyweight special attraction, Jeff the Snowman Monson and Daniel Cormier. And now we move to the lightweight division, a 3-round scheduled special attraction. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, with a record of 21 wins and 6 losses, please welcome Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal weighs in at 155 pounds. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, the former lightweight champion from Hawaii by way of San Diego, 11-2 is his record, introducing KJ News. KJ Noons weighs in at 156 pounds. And there's a fight you don't want to miss. Jorge Masvidal versus KJ Noons. Lightweight special attraction, 3 5-minute rounds. And now moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to the first of our Strikeforce World Grand Prix quarterfinal attractions. At this time, introducing to you from Seattle, Washington, with a record of 29 wins and 5 losses, the former heavyweight champion known as the baby-faced assassin, introducing Josh Barnett. Josh Barnett weighs in at 256 pounds. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from St. Paul, Minnesota, his record 11-2. Please welcome the former heavyweight world title challenger, Brett the Grim Rogers. Brett Rogers weighs in at 258 pounds. 258 pounds for Brett the Grim Rogers. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great fight. Quarterfinals of the Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix. Josh the baby-faced assassin Barnett versus Brett the Grim Rogers.
All right, Josh, the baby-faced assassin Barnett, 17 of 9 career wins, fighting a 6-fight win streak. You're a catch-as-catch-can wrestling specialist. What's the difference between catch wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Well, you know, there's a lot of different philosophical differences, but the Japanese term jiu-jitsu really gentle way. Catch wrestling, you can call it the violent way.
What about your return to North America? What are your thoughts about this fight in this tournament?
You know, I'm glad to be a part of this heavyweight Grand Prix. This is an incredible assortment of champions and just badasses all around. However, wherever you put a ring, wherever you put a cage, that's my home. That's where I belong. So I don't care if you stick... I'll go out with some Eskimos.
Josh, the baby-faced assassin Barnett, Brett, the Grim Rogers. Brett, 10 of your 11 wins have come via form of knockout. You've been thrown into the fire very early in your MMA career. You faced the likes of Strikeforce heavyweight champion Alistair Overeem, the great Fyodor Emelianenko. What did you take away from those two fights other than the losses? They say you learn more in a loss than a win, so what did you learn?
Yeah, I definitely learned, man. I need to be a lot more patient, not be so big-headed and just rush a lot of things. So I'll go out and just do me.
All right, one of the two quarterfinal matches coming your way tomorrow night. Josh Barnett, Brett Rogers, let's hear it for them.
And now we continue with the other of the Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix quarterfinal attraction from Porto Alegre, Brazil, with a record of 14 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. Please welcome the two-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion and the submission master, Fabricio Vai Cavalo Werdum. Fabricio Werdum weighs in at 246 pounds. 246 pounds for Fabricio Werdum. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Amsterdam in the Netherlands with a record of 34 wins, 11 losses. Here's the multi-sport superstar, the kickboxing superstar, the Strikeforce heavyweight world champion, the Demolition Man, Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem weighs in at 256 pounds. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix. Fabricio Vai Cavalo Werdum versus Alistair, the Demolition Man, Overeem.
Fabricio Werdum, a perfect 3-0 under the Strikeforce banner, coming off, without a doubt, the biggest win of your career, one of the biggest upsets, they say, in MMA history against Fyodor Emelianenko. You're the only man to submit your opponent coming up Saturday night. Talk a little bit about what gives you the biggest confidence going into this fight.
I'm confident because I'm training a lot. I'm training 8 months for the fight. I'm training the best camp in the world in Kings MMA. I'm confident for tomorrow, guys, for a big show for everybody.
Alistair Overeem, having had probably the best year any combat sports athlete can have in 2010, successfully defending the Strikeforce heavyweight title, becoming the first reigning MMA champion to conquer the K1 World Grand Prix, and then adding the Dream heavyweight title to your resume. You're 9-0 with 1 no contest in your last 10 fights, 8 finishes inside the first round of those 9. Obviously, revenge is on your mind, but what else is the biggest difference from the 2006 meeting to the meeting taking place in the Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix?
Morrow.
Hi.
I already told you what the difference is.
Well, tell the people.
Tell the people. The difference between 5 years ago and now is about 40 pounds of whoop ass.
And there you have it, Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Werdum, the much anticipated rematch going down Saturday night here in Dallas. Let's give it back to the maestro of the microphone, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Thank you very much, Mauro Ronaldo. That's one of our main events, the co-main event of the evening in the 2 Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix tournaments.